Veggie Kitchen. This is your Aishwarya. Today we are going to see a nice warm and a cheesy soup. It's going to be broccoli cheddar soup. This soup we might have often tasted in Panera, so that's the same soup. Today I'm replicating it here in home without any chicken or vegetable broth. I'm going to use normal water and prepare this soup. Moreover, I'm going to do this soup in a single one pot recipe style with Instapot, so you don't have to take the soup pot on and off the stove each time. It's a very easy and a quick recipe. You can store the soup in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days if you make it once in a large batch. So now, before we get into the recipe, please like, share and subscribe to the Veggie Kitchen channel. You can also follow Veggie Kitchen now in Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Now come on, let's get into the recipe. Today we are going to do Panera style broccoli cheddar soup. I'm going to do this in the Instapot and it's a simple one pot recipe. You don't have to take it to the stove and take off from the stove each time. It's a simple one pot recipe and I'm going to do this without any chicken stock or vegetable broth here. So no, any kind of broth is not needed. So I'm going to start this first by adding butter. Before that, let's switch on the Instapot and set it to the pressure cook mode at very low pressure, and the temperature should also be between 20 and 25. Now let the butter melt. I'm adding 4 tablespoons of butter here. Now the butter has melted here. In this stage, I'm going to add the garlic here. I have chopped 3 pods of garlic. So I'm adding these chopped garlic into the butter. When you add this butter and the garlic, it gives a nice aroma. Now the garlic has to be fried well until the raw smell sets out. Now the garlic is fried well in the butter. Now it's time to add the next ingredient. Our next ingredient is going to be the chopped onions. So this is a 1 medium sized onion, which is equivalent to 1 cup of onion. Now let the onion get fried in the butter along with garlic for approximately 1 minute. It has to be nice, shiny and glossy. So that's the right texture for the onions. Now the onions are fried well. In this stage, I'm adding another 1 tablespoon of butter here. All I'm using is unsalted butter here. Now as the butter melts, I'm adding half a cup of the all-purpose flour. So let the all-purpose flour fry along with the onions and the butter. So now let it get fried well. So make sure the flour doesn't burn. So keep the temperature as low as possible. Now the flour is roasted well in the butter. Now it's time to add the milk. I'm going to be adding totally 1 cup of milk. So I'm starting with first half a cup of milk here. I'm adding the milk while I keep stirring the onion and the flour mixture. So let it mix well. Now I'm adding the other half a cup of milk here. Slowly keep mixing it and keep the temperature as low as possible. So now let the mixture and the milk get mixed well. Keep stirring it so that there are no lumps are here. If there are any lumps, the soup is not going to taste as creamy as it would be. Now after mixing, I'm adding 1 cup of water here. Today I'm going to be using only water. No chicken stock or vegetable stock is used here. Now the water has boiled. The water has reached its boiling point. Now let's add the vegetables here. First I'm adding 1 bowl of broccoli. I have cut these broccoli into small florets and I have washed it. Now add this broccoli. So this 1 bowl is equivalent to 1 big crown of broccoli head. Mix it well. Next we are going to add some carrots here. I've cut the carrots lengthwise into thin slices. So I'm adding carrots here. These carrots are equivalent about to 3 small sized carrots. So now mix everything together. Now let's add the water here for the vegetables to get cooked. I'm adding 1 cup of water here again. So now let's add the required salt here. I'm adding 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt here, because we'll be adding cheese later which already has salt in it. Now for our taste level, add the crushed pepper here. I prefer little bit spicier, so I'm adding nearly 2 tablespoons of crushed pepper here. Now let's mix everything together so that all the ingredients are combined well. Now let's close it with the lid. I'm not going to seal it, I'm just keeping in vent, and I'm going to pressure cook it in the same pressure cook mode as we kept earlier. So I've kept it in the low pressure and in the pressure cooker mode, as you can see here. We are going to cook this for nearly 8 to 10 minutes. That will be more than enough for the broccoli and the carrots to get cooked. Now after 10 minutes, the valve is down. Now let's open it and see how the vegetables have cooked. Let's open it and see. Now as you can see, it's nice, hot and creamy. So let's give it a stir and see if the vegetables have cooked well. I can see that the broccoli is cooked well and the carrots are also cooked very well here. So as you can see, it's very much hot, so the carrots are easily breaking up, so it's very nicely cooked over here. Now let's move on to the next step. So the next step is adding of cheese here. Today I have taken mild cheddar cheese here. You can use mild or sharp depending upon your preference. I'm adding nearly half a cup. I'm starting with the half a cup of the shredded cheddar cheese here. As you add the cheese, it starts melting. So now I'm adding another quarter cup of cheddar cheese here. So I'm totally adding 3/4 cups of cheddar cheese here. You can always buy cheddar cheese and shred it completely with a shredder, or you can also use shredded cheese, but the shredded cheese will not be as tasty as the one which we get it in the bakery. Now let's stir it and let's mash it with the masher. This is my just a hand blender. You can use immersion blender too. Now check the correctness of the salt and the taste, and our yummy soup is completely ready to be served. Our rich and creamy broccoli cheddar soup Panera style is ready here. Today we have made it without any kind of stocks here. No chicken broth or vegetable broth is used here, yet it is so delicious and creamy as you get at the restaurant. So let's enjoy this with a freshly baked bun here. So let's dip it and enjoy this creamy Panera style soup. So as you can see, it beautifully sinks into the soup, and the cheese is also gooey and very creamy. Enjoy it with a bun. I hope you all like this simple broccoli cheddar soup, which is tasty, creamy and delicious as well. It's a very simple soup. You can have it with a nice bread toast or even the buns. So the freshly baked buns go very well with this soup. So please do try and enjoy this healthy and tasty soup. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.